Well, thank you, Leslie. Aaron, thank you very much. It's been a great relationship as we work through digital equity and what it really means into our region. I'm the executive director for the Hispanic Economic Development Corporation. I accepted that spot in 2014 as I missed a board meeting, and they nominated me just to fill in as we lost our executive director. So HEDC's been around since 1993 as a community development corporation with the sole purpose of working with small business, Latino immigrants, and refugees who arrive in our urban core in our city and our region today, because we're serving in both Missouri, Kansas, with the opportunity to increase their economic viability. And they want to be a partner of our economic growth. HEDC started out serving as a master organization for a $30 million project that was redeveloped in the heart of Kansas City, remediating blight in the urban core. And what that meant was taking an abandoned railroad that was a great economic engine at one point in time, that was placed in a very heavily concentrated, populated Latino community. It's been abandoned for 20 plus years, and they gifted it to the community. Uh, what a great gift when you had to remove 50,000 tons of toxic waste. The proposal that came on to the community was, let's make a truck depot, shipping and receiving. It's right next to the railroad, and we have access to the highway. I was just a wise kid that graduated from the University of Missouri Rolla with an engineering degree, and I had some friends that had law degrees, and I said, guys, this doesn't fit in my community. We have enough of truck traffic that's tearing our community streets apart and making it dangerous. So we filed a lawsuit against HEDC and the city, and we stalled the process. What came out of that opportunity was today 29 acres of an advanced warehouse, a digital packaging center. So it employs over 675 low to moderate income individuals from the community. They may have started low to moderate income, but they are now earning a decent wage, but they are using technology. So we fast forward to today. Why I'm here and what qualifies me to talk about digital equity in our community is that we are doing what we're talking about. How do we narrow the gap in digital access? So we focus primarily on small businesses, immigrant, limited English speaking individuals, and the distressed, underinvested communities. We know that they're a key part of the game changing of the economic conditions of sustainable neighborhoods. The success that we see are now being identified as gentrified communities because we are growing and increasing small businesses in these communities as well as the economic impacts. This is my early introduction slide of what HEDC does. So through our Center for Urban Enterprise, which I call this slide, is we break down that illusion that everybody's included in what it means to be a prosperous business owner. As you see in the background, we have a great image of what our downtowns look like. Everybody has a dream to be a part of the urban downtown corridor with the great corporations providing great opportunities for those with the right educational credentials to get inside and up to the top floors. But in the background, in the forefront, you'll see these small businesses that we work with in these distressed communities, in the urban and rural communities. They have the right to have access to technology. It's not just the access of technology and the great wealth that the corporations design, as we heard earlier, but the low to moderate income small business owners have that right to have and participate and account for their impact through technology in their storefronts. So I got these slides this morning from my staff member who regularly attends these meetings with Aaron. So he's going to surprise me. So I just have to adjust. So I didn't read them. So, and that's part of not attending meetings, he told me. So access to funding for digital literacy, as I mentioned, our organization's been a responsible partner with the federal government and well excess of over $30 million. And we are not only helping small businesses and the individuals in the urban core and the rural communities, but we are growing our economy. We can't do it alone just as a CDC. In 2018, we became a CDFI. So we are your investment partners, not only through the federal government, your local municipality. We have the ability to pull funds directly from the U.S. Department of Treasury. So if there's different funding sources that we look at and we go after in the competitive grants, I think our local states and municipalities should consider the value we add to this discussion. Through our Center for Urban Enterprise, which is the third pillar of our community study and strategic pathway to narrowing the digital divide, we teach limited English speaking refugees of many multiple different languages how to access their computers and transfer that their native language into English back and forth. So we're not teaching them how to become English proficient. We're teaching them how to use the technology to navigate barriers today. Connectivity. I love Gabrielle for this one here. As we see, we have partners, Central Missouri University. We have 3 programs that are certified by the U.S. Department of Labor, as well as the Central Missouri, offered as adult career stackable credential courses. So these courses range from anywhere from 36 hours up to 172 hours in career stackable modules that are industry certified. IBM, Oracle, Microsoft, Salesforce, etc. We focus on how to use those services internal to our organization and teach individuals how to become proficient so they can become application developers, so they can also become system administrators using alternative adult career stackable credentials. As you see these little, I call them radar signals. Gabrielle and Leslie wanted me to talk about this. She's been pushing me. We took a leap about 2018 and 2017 to solve an issue that we saw in several low to moderate income communities that are anchored with businesses, immigrant settled businesses. So we took and we meshed wireless networks together. We boosted the signal. We heard the story about little Johnny sitting in front of Northeast High School doing his homework at 7 o'clock. But up the street, there was a KFC. There's several other local immigrant businesses between Northeast High School and KFC. We talked with them. We meshed networks together with the business owners. We empowered them to understand that they have a responsibility as an anchor institution in these communities to support kids to walk in and to support other business owners that can't afford this. So this was thinking outside the box. I didn't start off by saying I'm a recovered engineer from working in the telecommunications industry for over 26 years. So and someone mentioned me, I should mention I have a few patents in technology. So it's an important way to use or get back at my wise guy attitude, I guess I had in corporate America, to give back to the community. And I love it because it's really making a change in areas, just thinking outside the box. Our partners that helped us design and develop and prototype our career stackable modules was Kansas City, Kansas USD 500 school. What's a better place to do it than a highly integrated, 33% white, 33% black, 30% Latino district that are low to moderate income individuals with absent of technology to their home, and how we were able to teach the parents how to be responsible for their children, to teach them how to be responsible for communicating at home. It wasn't all just about technology. It was capturing the impact and stabilizing that school district, because the immigrants were nomadic, hopping from school to school. If a kid says this teacher's a terrible teacher, the parent listened to him. And what we did, we took and we added the student and the teacher into the school portal and translated that from English to Spanish and make these communication conversations real-time, realistic. And we measured the outcomes, and that's how we were able to build these modules. We believe in these cohort structures to help move people forward. Individually, we all struggle, but if we come together as a group and we show that we can move people. Joshua, 80 years old, was unfortunately, his niece passed away in an auto accident. He was he inherited 2 young children who are now teenagers now. We had to teach him how to read and write in Spanish. He had a wonderful career working in the fields of California, picking fruit and vegetables, but they didn't teach him how to read or write. They taught him how to get an ACH check account, charge him $25 a month. I get in trouble for telling this story because I have to attack every industry that blocks us from advancing by just giving us a crutch. Again, we talk about the digital literacy, why it's important, why it should be funded. As practitioners and as educational institutions, we must be a part of this digital divide capital structure. We teach individuals, adults, how to engage in financial literacy from levels 1 through 12, DLP2, bookkeeping. And in this DLP2 category, and DOP3, these are outcomes. How does an organization like the Hispanic Economic Development Corporation, with a small budget of over $600,000, partner with KPMG, a big four CPA firm, to offer an online bookkeeping platform? Well, because they realize that location-based services are important to them to grow their market space. They also had a commitment not to just charge uh, a fee for the bookkeeping service, but they hire for every 20 businesses we bring into KPMG's market, they hire an individual that looks like that group of people. That's thinking outside the box. So we're asking corporate America to join us in this venture as well, holding them accountable as well. This is a great story. 400 students just last year alone, 1,296 hours, 70% completion rate, and the groups of 47, the cohorts of 47 cohort groups, not only in Kansas City. The pandemic was good to us for one reason. I'm an electrical engineer. Gabriel Fumeto, who you saw in that earlier picture with the green shirt, he has a doctorate degree in advanced educational technology learning. It's a mouthful. He's the only one that could capture this radical idea I had in my head that we can teach folks how to move forward in a parallel path. We don't have to take course 1 through 12 and then, oh, by the way, we didn't solve your problem. We're doing it in a parallel pathway. And technology is the answer. The digital platforms we use today are accessible through your handset all the way through your desktop. It's accessible. We integrated them together. We're now serving from Philadelphia all the way to Half Moon Bay, California. 6 cities today. By the end of this month, we'll be in 9 cities through cohort partnerships that we're developing. The folks we work with of all ages, they're proud to get these certificates and graduation, these milestones that are key to them. More importantly, contributing to the economic growth of our community and the recovery of our cities. Financial literacy is a big piece of what we're talking about in the digital literacy gap. We must be accountable. We saw this in the pandemic when so many folks were not able to access online financials, their own financials. If you're a business owner, you didn't get your PPP loans because you were stuck waiting for your friends and families to do your taxes for you. This was a big problem in the low to moderate income communities. Integrated platforms is not a challenge within our organization to say integrated administrative managed products, but it is a challenge when we talk to our funders and our foundations because they don't understand integrated. They say, Pedro, one time you guys were, since 2009, doing digital literacy training. Now you also did financial literacy training. Now you're doing entrepreneurship. Stay in your lane. Well, what is my lane today with digital technology? And we must understand that from the municipal, state, and federal government level and our foundations, that there is no lane today. Technology is driving us in different directions. And accountability. The new initiatives, of course, equitable broadband access allowed us to grow into many different with other organizations across the United States. This is an example of folks doing things. What surprised me when I saw this first, it says, we'll shape our future. They helped design this program. They're helping us design the programs. That little footnote, one of the folks in this picture said, let's throw this up there. We're shaping our own future. You're asking folks that come from other countries to help design a product that they're going to help teach other folks. So we're helping one person, they're helping 2 other people. That's what digital equity is all about. That's what the investments we're asking for you to not forget about us as service providers. At the end of the day, everybody wants to either dodge the tax returns or pay into the system. So we partnered during the pandemic with groups around the nation to help us get refunds filed and get people in the system, as they say. Assessments. We have to measure and see what our outcomes are because we want to report back to you all that we are making a big difference in your cities, your local municipalities, and your return on investments there for us. Small businesses are the key. Technology for them is their opportunity to grow. And small businesses, individuals, and underserved communities have that right to have it available to them. Again, we can't do it alone. HEDC started in 1993. Our first digital literacy class started in 2009. We also run a microloan program. In 2018, we became a certified CDFI. We're building an ecosystem. Your participation in this ecosystem, once again, will help us solve this gap in digital equity. Thank you very much.